Come to a kneeling position on the mat. Bring the palms to the thighs and gently closing the eyes. And just reaching up through the torso while you settle into the floor at the same time. And just connect your attention to your breath. Just bringing your focus to only the breath. And when the mind wanders into thought, which it inevitably will, just gently bring it back to the breath. And just gently blink the eyes open, sweep the arms overhead while inhaling, and then bring the right hand to the mat and reach the left arm overhead. Find a side stretch. Inhale, bring the palms together above the head. Exhale, place the left hand to the mat, reach the right arm overhead, finding a stretch through the right side body. Coming back to centre. And then inhale, clasp the hands behind the back, reach the chest forward. And on the exhale, clasp the hands in front, draw the shoulders forward. Just repeating that, using your breath to guide you. Just opening up the body. And then coming onto all fours. So the knees are stacked under the hips. And then we're going to walk the hands forward. Going into downward facing puppy. Just find a depth that's comfortable for you. So the palms are pressing into the mat. If you're pregnant, or if you'd find it more comfortable, you can put a block or a rolled up towel underneath your chin. So we're aiming to reach the chest towards the mat. Doesn't need to touch. Find a deep stretch through the torso. And now opening the knees wide, coming into child's pose, so sitting back onto the heels. Just gently resting the palms on the mat. Just rest the forehead on the mat. Again, if you're heavily pregnant, you can rest on your elbows rather than the head on the mat, if that's more comfortable. Just want to make sure you're creating space for the baby in the belly. And then coming back up to all fours, we're going to just rock the hips from side to side, just opening out the outer hips, finding some mobility. Coming onto all fours. We're going to go through some rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the head, lift the chest. And on the exhale, rounding the spine, drawing the belly in. Inhaling to drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale to roll the spine, draw the belly in. Just follow your breath. And then we'll meet back in tabletop, all fours. On the next inhale, reach the right leg out behind you and the left arm out in front of you. Into a balancing posture. It's great for the core. And then return to centre. Inhale, we're going to change sides, reaching the left leg out, the right arm forward. Taking a couple of breaths here, finding your centre. Coming back to all fours, maybe rocking the hips from side to side again. And then we're going to tuck the toes, press into the palms, and we're going to lift the knees and hips towards the sky, coming into downward facing dog. And just bend one knee at a time while straightening the opposite leg, just opening out the hamstrings before finding some stillness as we reach the heels down towards the mat. They don't need to be touching the mat, and the hips are reaching up towards the ceiling. We're pressing firmly into all of the fingers of the hands, and then coming down onto the knees. We're going to reach the left leg out to the side, so staying on the right knee. Reach the left leg out straight to the side. And then pressing into the right hand, inhale to sweep the left arm up towards the sky, and then on the exhale, thread that arm underneath the right. Finding the twist, keeping the legs in the same position, repeating, following our breath. And then we'll meet in the middle. Maybe using the block or bringing the elbows to the floor just to find a deeper stretch here for a couple of breaths. And then coming back onto the hands, bringing the left knee back to meet the right, and then changing sides, so sweeping out the right leg, bringing it straight. Toes are facing forward as we repeat this. So on the inhale, the right arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, and on the exhale, thread that underneath the left. Repeating, following your breath. And we'll meet in the middle, keeping the legs where they are, and then lowering down onto the elbows, so either straight onto the floor or onto elbows onto a block. Just deepening the stretch in the legs. Coming back to all fours, tucking the toes. We're going to come back up into downward facing dog. Again, maybe you want to bend one knee at a time or stay static. And then we're going to come onto knees and bring the right knee forward, coming into a low lunge. So the right knee and ankle are in line. Just take a few breaths here before tucking the toes and lifting up that back knee. Come into a high lunge. And then inhale to sweep the arms overhead, and exhale to fan open the arms. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fan the arms open and opening the chest. So really grounding into the floor with the feet. And then lowering down back into that low lunge. Option to use a block here to rest the hands. We're going to deepen the stretch. So we're going to heel toe the right foot towards the edge of the mat. And then reach the body forward, coming into a deeper lunge. Really feeling a stretch in the left groin. And then reaching back, so we're going to straighten the front leg and bend the back leg. Come into a hamstring stretch before moving forward again, so bending the front knee, straightening out the back, reaching the chest forward, coming back again, so straightening the front leg, bending the back leg, pressing into the block or the floor, and then coming forward again. This time we'll remove the block and just press into the right knee and just twist, find a twist, twisting the body over to the right hand side before coming back to the centre. You're going to come onto all fours again for a moment before changing sides. So bringing the left knee forward, left foot on the floor. You might want to use a wide stance here if you're heavily pregnant, to create plenty of space in the body for the baby. And then on the inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, lift up that back knee, coming into a high lunge. And then we're going to repeat these cactus arms. So on the exhale, you're opening out the arms, reaching the chest forward. On the inhale, reaching the arms up. Then lowering back down, opening out that left leg. And then we're going to sink the hips forward, so we're coming into a deeper low lunge. Now either bring the block back or bring the hands to the mat. And really press into the mat or the block and reach the chest forward, gazing forward, finding a deep stretch in the groin, right groin. Straightening the left knee, bending the right knee. Finding the hamstring stretch. Pressing into the block, reaching the chest forward again. Following the breath to find a rhythm. Bending the left knee again, straightening the right. For straightening the left knee, bending the right. Pressing into the block or the mat, reaching forward with the upper body. And then coming back forward again as we press the left hand into the left leg and come into a twist, in the torso over to the left hand side. And then come back to centre. Now we're going to open out the legs wide on the mat. Come up to standing, feet are parallel, facing the front. Bring the hands to the hips, inhale, open the chest, and then exhale to hinge from the hips. And come down towards the floor, keeping the legs wide and straight. Option to use a block to rest the hands on, or use the floor. Just take a breath. We're going to place the left hand on the floor and twist the right arm up towards the ceiling. Option to bring the hand to the lower back here to deepen the twist. And I'm going to change hands, so bringing the right hand to the floor, reaching the left arm up towards the sky, or bringing it to the lower back behind you to find a twist. Feel that in the inner thighs. Coming back to centre. And then slowly coming up to standing. Just narrow the stance slightly. Right foot. Rotate the right foot out 90 degrees so you're facing the back of your mat. And then we're going to bring the left foot to a 45-degree angle, so slightly facing outwards. On the inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Either bring the palms together or just let the hands both reach up towards the ceiling. Straighten both legs, and you might want to narrow your stance slightly. And again, if you're pregnant, have a wide stance as well. And then the option to bring the block in front of you. And then we're going to take an inhale to open the chest, reach up through the torso, and exhale again to hinge from the hips. So keeping those legs straight and strong, pressing firmly into the mat as we press our hands into the block or towards the floor. So we're finding length and space through the upper body into the mat. And inhale, come up to standing. Now we're going to bring the hips towards the side of the mat, bending into the right knee, keeping that right foot facing forward into warrior two. So bring the arms up by the sides, gazing over the right fingertips. Come into the breath, finding a softness in the upper body. On the next inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky as you rest the left arm on the left thigh. And then placing the right elbow onto the right thigh and reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. Option to also bring the left arm over and across, or even to place it behind your back and find a twist here. Whatever feels comfortable for you and your body. Coming up to standing on the inhale. keeping the hips facing where they are, facing the side of the room, straightening the legs. We're going to inhale, we're going to reach the arm across, so reaching out with the torso, and then when you can't reach any further, dropping the hand towards the leg or towards a block, reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. Option to also bring the left arm behind the back, finding a twist in the upper body. Inhale to come back up to standing. We're going to change sides, we're going to change our feet around. So facing the front of the room again now, front of the mat. Inhale to sweep the arms up, bending into the left knee with a straight back knee in Warrior One. Palms together or palms just reaching up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are dropped away from the ears. And then when you're ready, slowly coming up, straightening that left leg. Finding your position here for the next posture. Again, you might want a wide stance if you're pregnant. Otherwise, a more narrow stance might help. Inhale to reach up from the torso and exhale to fold forward. Bringing the hands towards the block or towards the floor. Finding a hamstring stretch, reaching out through the upper body, finding length. And then coming up to standing. I'm going to bend back into the left knee as we open the hips out towards the side of the room again. Pressing into the back foot, outer back foot, opening out the arms, gazing over the left fingertips. Warrior Two. On your next inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, resting the right hand on the thigh. Take a breath. On your next inhale, bring the left arm to the left thigh and reach the arm up, the right arm up towards the ceiling or over the head. Really feeling openness in the upper body. You have an option to bring the right hand to the back of the sacrum to find a twist. And then we'll come up to standing. This time we're going to straighten the front leg. So 2 straight legs again, hips facing outwards. Bringing the arms up to the shoulders. On the inhale, reach away with the left hand. You can't reach any further. Let that hand rest on the thigh, on the shin, just avoiding the knee or on the block. Right arms up towards the ceiling or placed behind the lower back again. Finding a twist and length in the upper body. Inhale to come up to stand. Bringing the block in front of you. We're going to face the side of the room again, feet are parallel. Wide stance, slightly wider than hip distance. I'm going to inhale to sweep the arms overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Option to bend the knees, that might feel really good then in releasing the lower back. Maybe take the elbows with the hands, just rock from side to side. Really loosening up the spine. Option to get a block here or just use the floor. Inhale to lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhaling, folding down, releasing. Inhale, come back up to standing, sweep the arms overhead. Now we're going to open out the feet so the legs are slightly wider than hip distance apart. You might want to put the block between the legs. We're going to come into a yogi squat, so inhaling to reach the arms overhead. Exhale to sink down, sink the hips down so the feet are wide. Knees are facing outwards. You might want to play around with this posture a little bit. So there's the option to rest the sitting bones on the block or to just let the sitting bones hang. And then use the elbows, press the palms together, use the elbows to draw the legs out a little bit further. Finding a deep opening through the hips and the groin. And then from there, gently coming down to a seated position, using the block to find a little bit of height here. Just sitting on the block, bringing the feet, soles of the feet together, let the knees drop out to the sides, Baddha Konasana posture. So taking your hands, wrapping them around the feet, and lengthening through the spine as you inhale, and then exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips. Maybe you can use the elbows to push the knees out slightly further. You want to try and keep the back and the spine long, so we're not rounding and dumping into the posture at the moment. Inhale to come back up to seated. Exhale, and then inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, we're going to come into a twist, so bringing the left hand to the outside of the right leg and the right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. Changing sides, coming back to centre. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, rotating to the left hand side. Left hand behind you, right hand on the outside of the left leg. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Coming back to centre. Releasing the block. So stretch our legs out in front of us on the mat. So facing the front of the mat again now. Legs are outstretched. Just take a moment. Flex the feet. I'm going to press the palms into the mat beside us, into Dandasana posture. Very simple posture, simple looking posture with a lot going on. So really drawing the torso and the crown of the head up towards the ceiling as you really use the muscles of the legs to keep them straight. And then you might want to use a strap, or you can use a towel, or you can just use your body, that's fine. We're going to bend the left leg, letting that left knee drop out to the side, left sole of the foot towards the right thigh. And then on the inhale, we're going to reach the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, we're going to fold over towards the outstretched right leg. Option to use a strap or towel around the sole of the foot to draw the upper body closer. Inhale to come back to centre, changing sides. The right knee drops out to the right hand side. Left leg's outstretched, foot flexed. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale. Reach over towards the left hand side, the left leg. Chest towards the leg. So we're not rounding the spine, we're trying to keep an awareness of the spine staying long. Use the strap, towel, hands either side of the leg or hands on the leg. And then inhale, come back to centre. Coming onto all fours. Opening the knees wide, toes are touching. Now reach forward, coming back into the child's pose. So maybe you want to use the block to rest your head on here. Maybe you want to just rest the elbows on the mat. Give yourself some space if you're pregnant. Or maybe just place the head on the floor. Just really opening out the upper body. Just sit on the heels, relax here. You can access your full breath. The rib cage can really open up here. So tune back into the breath. Find your centre. Find your strong resilience, your connection to the body. And slowly coming up to seated again in your own time. When you're ready, you might want to use the block so you can sit cross-legged comfortably. Just tilts the pelvis slightly, helps the spine. So come into a cross-legged position. Again, just resting the hands on the thighs. And bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. So we're sitting upright, we're not slouching, we're sitting really tall. As we reach the crown of the head up and drop the shoulders down. Tuning into the breath, connecting with the heartbeat, connecting with the sensation of the inhale and exhale as it flows through the body. This is your calm center. This is a place you can access anytime you need to. By just closing the eyes and tuning in to the breath. Maybe you want to bring the hands, palms to the thighs now. So we just find stillness for a few more moments. Just being completely present in this moment. Nowhere to be. Reconnecting with your body, with that amazing body. Noticing the power of the mind, the power of thoughts as the mind wanders from thought to thought. Gently bringing it back to the breath. On the next inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Bring the palms together. Gently drawing them down towards the chest, bringing your hands to the chest. Just thank yourself for giving yourself this half an hour to reconnect to your amazing body and mind, your inner resourcefulness. Have a wonderful day.